Hey guys, what's going on? MaxFTE here, and today I'm back with another Pokemon Go video. Today we're going to be jumping into our first Ultra League battles of this season using a new triple poison team. I don't know why I said new, it's not a new team. Either way, it's a triple poison team. But yeah, did you also know that only 8.8% of people who watch my videos are actually subscribed? So if you're enjoying, make sure to leave a like, hit that subscribe, and help us on the road to 10k. But yeah, let's jump into the battles. So the team that we're going to be running today consists of Dragalge on the lead, with Shadow Skuntank on the safe swap running Crunch and Trailblaze, as well as Shiny, Best Buddy Toxicroak as our closer, running Shadow Ball and Mud Bomb. I think this is actually a team from PvPoke themselves. I did see them post it. I did actually quite like the idea of a triple poison line. I personally haven't seen it being posted elsewhere, so forgive me if it has already been covered. However, we're going to be giving it a go, seeing what we can do with it. But yeah, being a triple poison team, obviously a sort of ground type, and yeah, a ground type's going to pretty much wipe the whole team. So if you encounter something like a Swampert in the lead, obviously your Dragalge can do a lot of damage with the Dragon Tail and Aqua Tail, but it's just sort of, there's a lot of wiggle room with this team. I find there was a lot of matches that I really shouldn't have won that I did win, just because of the sort of versatility of the different Pokemon like Toxicroak, obviously having Shadow Ball now, Skuntank doing so much damage with its Poison Jab, as well as Trailblaze catching a lot of water types and ground types off guard. Yeah, you can do a lot with this team. It's just knowing sort of how to use it as well. And so yeah, got the Wall Rain in here. That's another thing that sort of gives this team a bit of trouble. Not a huge amount, but it's just a bit awkward, you know. So going for the Shadow Ball up against the Roserade here. That's going to do a lot of damage. And thankfully they've got Poison Jab. Well, actually, to be fair, I think Bullet Seed would have actually been better for us. Either way, they're doing not very effective against us also, and we are just barely going to be able to get the farm down and manage to get off the Mud Bomb. This was one of those battles that I just don't think I should have won at all. However, did manage to somehow win it. But yeah, next battle against not against Dragalge, against Cresselia. Not a good lead for us, so we're going to swap straight out into the Skuntank, and they're going to come in with a Poliwrath, which I do like to go for the Trailblaze first, just because obviously getting our poison jabs up, plus as well, if they let that go, you can actually shield once and win switch advantage, which is quite, to be honest, switch advantage doesn't really matter a whole lot with this team, just because obviously everything's poison, so you're generally taking super effective from the same things on everything. But we're going to manage to reach a Crunch, so we're going to go against the Cresselia, fire that off. Does quite a good amount of damage. Unfortunately, it doesn't get the debuff, so we're just going to keep attacking here. They go for a Grass Knot. Well, I presume it's a Grass Knot, and it actually doesn't take us out, so we're going to be able to reach another Crunch. This is going to be grabbing a shield off of them, just because this would take them out at this point. And we do get the debuff there, which is really nice. And they come in with the Feraligatr, they farm us all the way down, and I want to say I come in with the Toxicroak. No, so I come in with the Dragalge, and oh yeah, I suppose Hydro Cannon being not very effective. They're probably going to go for an Ice Beam. That does a lot of damage, so we're going to actually get off the Aqua Tail, go for the bait, hope that we can grab a shield here. And we do. Now my Dragalge, I am actually running Outrage on it. I can't remember what poison charge moves it has. I can't remember if it actually gets Sludge Bomb, but I think there might be merit to running that. I think there was actually I think the battle that I lose in this video, I would have actually won had I had a poison charge move, but it is what it is. Going for the Cresselia, going for the Moonblast, that's what I was sort of banking on with this battle, was that Cresselia having Moonblast. If they'd had Future Sight, that would have been game over. We would have lost that. But we're able to go for the Shadow Ball, take them out, and take that game. Next battle in here, getting a Tapu Fini lead. That's one thing that is not good at all for us. I think I should have just stayed in with the Dragalge and just seen it out, because I don't know. On one hand, we weren't doing any super effective damage to them, but neither were they to us. Obviously, Water Gun doing nothing to dragons. Moonblast doing neutral, I suppose, to us, but still, because At this point, I've pretty much just gotten rid of my only Tapu Fini counter. So yeah, maybe a bit of a misplay on my part. We are going to be able to take switch advantage though. They go for one water gun and take us out. At this point, I want to say I come back in with the Dragalge, and we're sort of just back in square one. Just now, I don't have a Tapu Fini counter. I want to say I let this go through. Yeah, so let that go through. It is actually neutral because of our dragon typing. And so they're going to come in with a Registeel. Toxicroak obviously does quite like to see that. Counter damage doing a lot. They're going to have to go for a Zap Cannon just because Focus Blast would obviously be doing hardly anything. Going to go charge up a bit of extra energy and go for a Mud Bomb. And I think I actually undercharge. No, I don't. Okay. So just going to see if I can get the farm down, but unfortunately not. Shield last second, and it is just a Focus Blast, unfortunately. And this Registeel's a hard one to learn the counts for, just because it's a one-turn move, and it's not fun. Either way, they're in with their Tapu Fini against us. They're going to go for a move, and I want to say it's probably a Surf. Yeah, so they go for the Surf, don't quite take us out. On one hand, that is good, because we're going to be able to get a Shadow Ball off, but on the other hand, they are also going to be able to farm up energy, but they're not able to because I swap into the Dragalge. If I didn't have Outrage, if I had a poison move, we could have won that game. To be fair, even the Aqua Tail does a decent amount of damage, so I think if I'd actually just gone like more Aqua Tails there, then I could have won that, or if I'd baited with the Mud Bomb. But it is what it is. You live and you learn. They go for the Moonblast and take us out. Dragalge into the Swampert. This is what this team does not want to see at all. We are just going to stay in, just because Dragalge is sort of doing the best against the Swampert. Obviously your Hydro Cannon is not very effective. And at this point I was counting, it was only 7 mud shots, so it's obviously not enough for an Earthquake. Able to safely no shield. I'm going to go for the Aqua Tail. They are going to shield that up. And the Dragon Tails are doing really nice damage as well. And we are also able to, again, counting, they didn't build, oh no, okay, no, maybe I wasn't counting there. Either way, they go for another Hydro Cannon, and we shield that up. Just going to farm all the way down at this point. And here, I know that they definitely weren't at an Earthquake, so, and I know I'd be able to live a Hydro, so let that go through. Live with a sliver of HP, and they come in with a Typhlosion. We do thankfully manage to reach a Aqua Tail. That's going to be grabbing their last shield. And here I want to say I come in with a Toxicroak, just to build up towards the Mud Bomb. Because Incinerate is quite an easy, that is a really easy move to count for. I'm able to shield once, build up a bit of energy, and then go for a Mud Bomb. Go for 2 counters, just because obviously good move timing. I'm going to throw the Mud Bomb there, that's going to take them out. And they come in with a Hydreigon, which was a really... I saw the Dark and the Dragon type, I was like, okay, Guzzlord, this is probably going to be a bit annoying. However, Hydreigon being sort of pretty frail in the Ultra League and not really something you do want to run. We are going to counter them down, and Skuntank doesn't even meet the battlefield. Ampharos, a really nice lead for us. They're obviously going to be doing not very effective damage with the Volt switches, so they come in with a Charizard. We're going to come in with the Skuntank, just because obviously we want to keep our Dragalge for the Ampharos, but we also don't want the Toxicroak to see the Charizard, so Skuntank, best option here. They're going to go for a Dragon Claw, managed to call the bait, and we do just barely manage to reach another Crunch. It's really nice for us. They're going to shield that up, and unfortunately we're not going to take switch advantage, but we are going to have shield advantage. So at this point I want to say I come in with the Dragalge and farm all the way down. They are going to reach a Dragon Claw, but that's okay, we're going to live one. Maybe take us to about 40% health. Yeah, just shy of 50. Farm all the way down, and they are going to come back in with a Poliwrath. So I'm going to go for the Outrage. This is probably going to grab a shield, I want to say. Yeah, so grabs the shield, and I think they're like trying to catch a move onto the Toxicroak, an Icy Wind or something. But we do still have 2 shields, so we're going to shield at the Scald. Unfortunately, they do get the debuff, and they're going to reach another move, but it's going to be the Icy Wind. We do no shield it, thankfully. Managing to call the baits perfectly there. I'm going to go straight for a Shadow Ball. Obviously, we are debuffed a little bit. Well, 2 stages actually, so just going to be as well going for straight for the Shadow Ball. I do go for a Mud Bomb as well here, just because I don't think I would have actually reached a Shadow Ball by the time they got to a move. But we're going to let that go through. I can swap in straight into the Dragalge, snipe them, and take them out there. And they're going to get a move off. I'm going to shield that up because I think they don't have any energy, so I should be able to reach a Outrage, and this game is going to be ours. But yeah, thanks for watching this video. If you enjoyed, make sure to leave a like, leave a comment, all that good stuff. Make sure to subscribe, helps on the road to 10k. Any team suggestions or anything like that, leave them in the comments below, and I will see you guys in the next video. See ya. Peace.